bastard on the back and put the 130 lettering on it and everything. And that's when he took off, went up north, and of course he got in the corner and turnip speed on into him and killed him.
Right.
So we did that. That car there is the movie car. The real car was crashed pretty bad. And the family sold the engine to one race car guy and gave me the whole body, and I kept it intact. And we toured the California Highway Patrol safety because he did a commercial say, drive fast, drive slow, the life you might save might be mine. And that was just before he took off and went up north. Of course, he got killed. And so then we toured that car to all the safety conventions, and I sent it to Florida way back in 59 or 60, and they loaded it on the truck and sent it out here, and the truck out here was empty. Never found it since.
My goodness.
What happened to it? Nobody knows. Onasha, Japan, and Bolo Museum put up a body of $1 million for the car to come back.
And it never came back.
No. But a couple thousand people found it, but of course it wasn't the right car.
Right.
As soon as the bounty came out, $1 million, Onasha would give him $2 million in Japan. Bolo gave him $1 million bounty. I would get email and letters, photos for guys loading Porsches on containers on boats way back in Africa or Argentina, and says, "Here's a car, give me the $1 million." And of course, they weren't even the right cars. They thought they were cool.
And it was never found.
To the day. But like I said, it's appeared. So many people know where it is. It's always, whenever there's a mystery, everybody knows where it is. And then when you back them up and say, well, where is it? Well, it's hidden in a garage, or it's hanging from a shop thing with it wrapped in plastic, or it's run up and put underneath a crit or something. I've had more stories of the curse of the James Dean death car.
And in the case of the Batmobile, the studios came to you?
Yeah. Let me show you our archive room. When Dozier came to me, he's the producer of Batman. Maybe right over there, see the
Yeah, William Dozier.
Yeah. When he came to me, he wanted a crime fighter in 1966 for the 20th century. So when I looked at his script, I saw that he had pow, bang, wow. So every time he did that, when it goes pow, chain slicer would come out. Bang, rocket tubes would go out. Crash, oil squirters would go out. So I made the car become part of his show in reality. So something happened to Baden West or Burt Ward or whatever it is, whenever that happened. So that's why he became a star, became like an actor. And that's why it becomes so important. Now this one, these are more movies we got. These are all the movies. I did all the movies with Bo Derek. We did a lot of James Bond. This is my archive room. These are all photos of the many different people I've done TV, movies with, special cars, rock stars, toy companies, whatever. We got, you see all the blue tape? That's history of James Dean, all the stories that came into me on just the James Dean car. I mean, it's history just, and you can see we've been all over Japan, everywhere you can think of. And these are all photos, all news releases of the many different things, and we're still doing more. Filing and doing things. My son now, of course, now it's a different thing. Now you got a big computer. Now my son is taking all my history and he's scanning it into the computer and he's doing books.
I would think so.
And DVDs. He's doing a new DVD now. This is his latest one. Is how I photographed cars. Because every time I took and wanted to photograph a car and I had a photographer shoot it, he'd cut off a fender, or he'd cut off a top, or he'd have a tree coming out of the roof.
Right.
And I said, well, the car is the most important part. the background is just as important as the car. And the highlights are just as important. I got to have the sun a certain way. I got to have the flash a certain way, because I don't like burn spots in the different parts of the car. I learned all that in the movie industry anyhow. So he went ahead and scanned all the pictures of me, what I did way back in the 50s when I got my little Rotaflex camera.
Right.
Put it on a tripod, and a little 2 1/4 film. And then I had a Hasselblad 4x4 that I did my covers with. So I did all my own photography. So he's doing a DVD.
Well, I knew that you had a reputation for your automobile photography from early on.
And that was only because the guys that photographed us, they just didn't do anything, see, the right way. Let me see here.
So these are...
Yeah, these are books I did here. Let me give you one of these. This is my latest. This is all on the movie and TV cars. And we just started to put this book out.
Oh my God!
And this is on the stars.
That's
and
Farrah Fawcett.
Yeah, and that's Farrah Fawcett. And then these are all the stars. There's Farrah, Elvira, Phyllis Diller, John Derrick.
And that car is here.
Yeah, Bo Derrick's in
Bo
there.
Derrick's car, yes.
And then Yvonne DiCarlo, Sammy Davis, James Darren, Tony Danza, Tony Curtis. That's Bing Crosby. Then here's an interesting one, which has become very famous now. Elton John. Remember 85? Oh. See that book there?
Yes, sir.
I did this for the whole Jackson
For the
family.
Jackson family.
Yeah. Well, this is Michael's car, his personal car.
Okay.
It was a Rolls-Royce Cornish convertible.
Right.
Well, everybody said, well, what are all the spots there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when Michael brought it in to me, he says, and normally he talked very soft.
Mm-hmm.
He said, George, my car's been hurt. And I said, well, Michael, don't worry about it. He said, the scratches and nicks, he says, my car's been hurt. I said, well, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. So he leaves, and an hour later he comes back, and he's got Band-Aids. And he's putting all these little Band-Aids
Oh my gosh!
all around the car. And but that was Michael. So now we got the car back. So now we're going to tour the car this year.
Now you got it. Had it been in his estate all this time, or
No,
had it been sold out of the
sold
estate and you
another
got
year.
it
Yeah, yeah.
from someone else?
Yeah.